So the first command we're going to want to learn is the select command, and it's pretty self-explanatory. As you saw already, we entered in 14 rows of data, and if I wanted to select anything from that table, I'm going to need to use the select command. So I'm going to say select, and I'm going to add this asterisk. What the asterisk typically means is a wildcard, pretty much meaning you want all of the columns within a table. So you can read this query as select all. Now I'm going to add from, and then the last part of this is going to be the table name. So I'm going to say users. And do not forget, this is very important, that every query needs to end in a semicolon. Otherwise, the query won't go through. So make sure you always add a semicolon at the end of every query. So once I hit enter, you're going to see that I get back a formatted view of the table that I just queried. We saw before that we entered in 14 rows of data, and I see that I get exactly 14 rows back, all having the ID, first name, last name, email, and date of birth formatted in a much more pleasing way than what we see up here. The select query is going to be a frequently used command by everybody who uses SQL, so make sure you know it and understand it, but again, very straightforward. Another command that gets used in conjunction with select is also going to be distinct. We use distinct in conjunction with select if we want a specified value within a very particular column. So let's say we want every single email within the users table. What we'll say is we're going to say select distinct email from, and then we're going to say users table. So again, we're reading this back. If you haven't noticed already, typically all the SQL commands are going to be in all caps. Keep in mind, you do not need this, but it is much easier, and it is probably best practice to capitalize every command that is SQL and lowercase everything that is either a table or some type of value that you need. But if we're reading this back, we want to select distinct emails from the users table. So again, it reads just like English. We add the semicolon. If we hit enter, it's going to give us just the emails in every single distinct email. Now keep in mind, this is not in order, but we do get 14 rows of data back. We can see that the query was successful. So that's how you can select data from the whole table to get a better view, or select distinct values within a particular column. But let's move on to other commands.